Well, y'all, what goes around comes around. That's the hard lesson that Steven McBee Sr., star of the McBee Dynasty, real American cowboys, just learned. After a public FBI investigation and a guilty plea, he has been sentenced for crop insurance fraud. Steven will have to serve 2 years in prison, followed by an additional 2 years of supervised release. On top of this, he must pay a little over $4 million in restitution. With their patriarch headed to the big house, all eyes are on the McBee family to see how they are handling this news. And as far as right now, they are handling it with complete strength. Steven McBee Sr. was sentenced to 2 years behind bars. Following the news of the sentencing, Steven's son and co-star Cole McBee took to social media to express his sentiment. He shared a photo of the entire family together on his Jesse McBee and Ali Ventresca McBee's wedding day. "We will get through anything together. To the hardest working man I know, it's our turn to be here for you. We got you, Dad," he penned in the October 17 IG story. Also, Galyna Saltkovska, Steven's ex-girlfriend and the current CFO of the farm, tagged Steven in an excerpt of Theodore Roosevelt's 1910 Man in the Arena speech on her Instagram. It's no denying that he and Galyna have been through hell together. Still, it seems like when it comes down to it, she is a part of his family for life. If he fails, at least fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who know neither victory nor defeat. One could only imagine what his family and the rest of the cast are actually feeling behind closed doors. However, that's apparently not going to be a mystery for very long. It was recently announced that Bravo is picking up the series for a third season. What coincidental timing! Additionally, it's been announced that production has already picked up the cameras and are capturing in real time how the McBees are handling Steven's sentencing. He's due to surrender and begin his prison sentence in December 2025. Will we see him in the third season before he goes? Only time will tell. Well, y'all, what goes around comes around. That's the hard lesson that Steven McBee Sr., the iron-willed patriarch of the McBee Dynasty, real American cowboys, just learned in a way that no one could have predicted. For years, he stood tall under the Missouri sun, the image of a true American rancher, boots dusty, heart steady, and legacy seemingly untouchable. But now, the same man who built an empire from soil and sweat will soon be trading in his Stetson for prison stripes. After months of speculation, public scrutiny, and a headline-grabbing FBI investigation, Steven Sr. has been sentenced to 2 years in prison for crop insurance fraud. He'll also serve 2 years of supervised release and pay back more than $4 million in restitution. It's a staggering fall for the man once celebrated as the backbone of both his family and his business. But this isn't just Steven's story. It's a reckoning for the entire McBee clan. A family standing strong in the eye of the storm. When the sentencing news broke, it didn't take long for fans to notice that the McBees weren't retreating from the public eye. Instead, they were doing what they've always done, showing strength in the face of chaos. Cole McBee, the family's middle son known for his quiet loyalty and strong sense of duty, was the first to break the silence. On his Instagram story, he posted a powerful photo from Jesse and Ali's wedding day, everyone smiling, linked arm in arm, unaware of the storm that was about to hit. His caption read like a vow. "We will get through anything together. To the hardest working man I know, it's our turn to be here for you. We got you, Dad." The image spread across social media like wildfire. Fans flooded the comments with messages of support and heartbreak. "Stay strong," one wrote. "Real families don't fall apart, they hold tighter." Even as public opinion split between sympathy and criticism, one thing became clear. The McBee boys were standing by their father, come hell or high water. Galyna Saltkovska speaks without words. Perhaps the most surprising reaction came from Galyna Saltkovska. Steven's ex-girlfriend and the farm's CFO. Their relationship had always been complicated, full of both passion and power struggles. But despite everything, when Steven needed loyalty the most, Galyna delivered it in her own poetic way. On her Instagram, she posted an excerpt from Theodore Roosevelt's Man in the Arena speech. "If he fails, at least fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who know neither victory nor defeat." She tagged Steven, quietly but meaningfully. No long caption, no explanation, just words that spoke volumes. For those who had followed their story from the show, it was a full circle moment. Galyna and Steven had built much of their empire together, only to see it tested by love, law, and loyalty. And now, even as he faced prison time, her posts seemed to say one thing: he may have fallen, but he fell while fighting. Behind closed doors, pain, pride, and preparation. Off camera, the McBee farm is said to be operating at full speed, business as usual, at least on the surface. But those close to the family describe a different reality. Hushed conversations, late-night strategy sessions, and an overwhelming sense of uncertainty. For the McBee sons, Jesse, Cole, and Steven Jr., their father's sentencing represents both a challenge and a crossroads. Each has a role in the family business, and now, with Steven Sr. preparing to surrender himself in December 2025, they'll have to shoulder more responsibility than ever before. Cole has reportedly taken over many of the day-to-day operations, while Jesse, known for his optimism and charm, has been rallying the crew and keeping morale high. As for Steven Jr., he's said to be handling most of the legal and financial transitions. They're a family that knows how to work through pain, a close family friend shared. They might be hurting, but they won't show it. They've got land to run and a name to protect. The cameras keep rolling. In a twist that feels straight out of Hollywood, Bravo has officially confirmed that the McBee Dynasty has been renewed for a third season. And according to multiple reports, cameras are already rolling, capturing the real-time fallout of Steven's sentencing and the family's efforts to hold their empire together. The timing couldn't be more dramatic or more human. What was once a show about grit, growth, and cowboy pride is about to become something much deeper. A raw look at what happens when the American dream collides with reality. Will viewers see a family fracture under pressure or rise stronger than ever? Steven Sr. himself is expected to appear in the early episodes before beginning his sentence. Insiders say filming has already captured some emotional goodbyes, moments of tension, and even scenes of the McBee brothers coming together to protect the legacy their father built. A legacy on the line. There's something undeniably Shakespearean about it all. A man who built his world from the ground up, only to see it crumble under his own decisions. Yet in true McBee fashion, there's no pity party. Steven Sr. may be heading to prison, but his impact on his family, and on viewers, remains. Fans of the show have long admired his resilience and work ethic, even if they didn't always agree with his choices. And now, his story has shifted from one of success to one of redemption. A recent post from the official McBee Dynasty page read, "This isn't the end of the story, it's just a new chapter. Every dynasty faces trials, but true strength shows in how they rise from them." That sentiment echoes what many are feeling, that the McBees, for all their flaws, represent something deeply relatable. The idea that even the strongest families can stumble, but what defines them is how they recover. The final countdown. As December approaches, the McBees are bracing for what's next. Sources close to production say that Steven Sr. has been spending as much time as possible with his sons, preparing them to take over the business in his absence. He's also been working with lawyers to ensure that restitution payments don't cripple the farm's finances. "He wants to make things right," said a production insider. "He knows he made mistakes, but he's determined to come out of this stronger." For fans, the wait for Season 3 will feel longer than ever. There's talk of a powerful premiere episode showing Steven's final day of freedom, his last ride across the ranch, the quiet goodbyes, the heavy symbolism of a cowboy hanging up his hat. And when those prison gates finally close behind him, one thing's for sure, the world will still be watching. Because this isn't just about one man's downfall, it's about the power of family, forgiveness, and fighting your way back when life knocks you flat.